So we're just gonna leave it, I guess, or you know what? Let's move it over here so it's on the way. All right, here you go.
Here we go. I'm
Sound
on it.
is on.
Sound is on.
Yep, here we go. Let me get my.
Sound is on. Laura sent 2 huge boxes of cookies.
Yep, they already took them down to the barn.
They
I
took 'em
already,
already
I
to
already
the
wrote
barn.
it down and everything. Yep.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Well, you can have that piece of paper then.
All right, we'll keep it right.
Okay, so-
how about that?
We're going to start to get to the things that Gwen and I ordered in the middle of the night.
Oh.
This could be,
This
I
could
hope
be fun.
it could be, because I can't remember what on earth we got into.
Oh my gosh, because you have so many boxes, it's crazy. So.
There's boxes are coming, and things like that. Okay, and this, I don't know who it's from. It's from the shipping department,
Really?
Vernon, California. I think it's these things. You can have that. I don't know who sent it. Oh, maybe I do. These are these ornaments for the tree,
Yep.
but it doesn't say who sent them. You can show them to everybody. There's 2 of them. You got
Yep.
them?
I got them. Yep.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you for your help.
It was a pleasure. I hope it tastes okay.
Good.
Here.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I need my coat.
Oh, you sure do.
It's freezing outside right now.
Especially tomorrow morning.
I'll be back
Really?
in the morning.
Is it going to be cold in the morning?
It's supposed to be awful.
Oh no. I don't want it to. Be
I've been
cold.
watching Dr. Paul with snow on the ground, and I'm thinking, oh no.
Oh no. Really.
Who's on the back porch?
Cole.
Who?
In the condo?
Yeah.
Well, Cole's in the condo. Cole is?
Cole?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
He's boarding. Yeah, he's in the condo.
Oh, okay.
So here's 2 Great Dane ornaments that were sent to us, and we don't know who they're from. So if anybody knows,
Valerie.
let us know.
This is from Valerie Kirkman. She had one of our dogs for a long time. Please send me a calendar
Nope.
when things are ready. I will close a check for the remainder used for the fun fund. Okay, so we put calendar on that one. We got calendar on that one. I'll put that whole thing back in there. Cole, he's not still a boy dog, is he?
He's neutered.
Neutered.
I believe so. That's what I heard. Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, he's out there by himself.
He's been a daddy. Go and get him.
You tell him, Larky.
That doesn't go in. This goes in here.
Well, that cake looks kind of good. Flip it over. Look at that cake.
Oh my word. Oh dear. World's fabulous cheesecake.
Wow.
Well, why have they got records and things?
Do you
in
eat
here?
cheesecake?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't?
Oh yeah. I don't think I better look at those anymore.
Okay.
And this is a train. Grommet.
Oh, wow.
Grommet. What the hell? Socks with fuzzy socks. That's a wrap. Sliding paper cutter. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Toy. We don't need to do that. An LL Bean. I got one right here.
That's nice.
That's true.
Is it new?
Here, this?
This one.
No.
Oh.
I have 4 of them.
Oh. Well, I guess you have enough then, right?
That is true. Erickson Senior Living. And then we have that.
Other junk.
You know what I didn't bring in? I didn't bring my water.
Okay.
Could you please? Thank you. Thank you!
Who's in your room? Just Sizzle and Bentley?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, is that a... Oh, sharper image. I was going to look at that yesterday. I didn't do that yesterday. Ugh. Did you find it?
Yeah, this one feels like it's pretty empty, so I don't know which one you wanted, but I brought both of them
Oh, good.
because they don't
That's right.
have much.
That's got water in it.
Oh, okay. Let's get a box, right?
Yeah, we need a box. Wait, don't get too... I need to drink of water first here. Okay, there you go. Box time. Oh, I'm gonna drink it.
Oh, this is the one I need,
That
or is
one.
the, yeah, we'll refill that, so let's put it here for now so we don't forget it. Okay, moving on.
Water, moving on. Funny box.
I know. Has a little,
How odd. Has something in it that makes noise.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
can't
wanna
get a
play,
hold of
does
that.
it? Well,
Well, maybe I can with that.
be careful.
That didn't work too well.
But it gave you a little opening here, though, see, now you
Good,
have
I
like.
got it. I wish you gave me more of an opening.
You want me to see if I can just like pull it up from the top? Okay.
No.
No, I just don't want you to have too much to it.
Let's see if I can
Alright.
do this.
There you go. Now you're gonna.
People like to see me struggle.
Oh, okay, that's part of the fun?
That's right.
Okay. Well, I'm here for me to ruin the fun.
I got it.
Yay.
Wow. It's another box. Okay.
All right then.
We got box and then we had another box.
Larky might like that one.
Huh. There's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Huh. Nobody's name.
No?
Nobody's name?
Well, that's not very helpful.
That's not right either. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, this is the stuff. Oh, well, you've seen me with my little pile of pebbles.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that I
That you
got. I got a bunch of it so that I can give each child, you know, is their own little thing,
One
you
to
know,
make it,
and
okay.
a bunch of rocks and see what happens.
See what happens.
So
Okay.
that's my investment in the future of the United States.
Okay.
There's one kid that comes here. She works hard, and she has a bit of energy to
Do you
her
have
that
anywhere where you think we should put it, or we'll just put
I
it
think
down?
I'm going to take advantage of it a little bit.
All right. Well, this thing feels very light. Very extremely lightweight.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Extremely lightweight.
Yeah. Which we like.
Okay. Attention. Attention, somebody. Lynn.
There is a box here that has supposedly has Lynn's name on it, and she told us to open it.
Oh, okay.
So that may be it right there.
Attention. This must be it. Attention means open it and give it to Lynn. Most people sending things like to have them opened at mail call.
Right. I would imagine that's the purpose of the fun, right?
That's right. Okay, now. What on earth?
Oh, a bowl.
It's the kind of a bowl that does not tip over. Is that Bentley? Mm-hmm. Let him out.
His door's open. He just doesn't want to come out. He's just laying there barking. The door's wide open. Bentley, what's that, bud? He is Cole crying, that's what it is.
He's what?
Cole is crying. He's whining back there. And Bentley can hear him and he's just crying. That's all.
Slow feed bowl.
Oh, you use it that way and they have to eat around it so they can't inhale their food?
I don't know.
My sister-in-law has one of those for a dog.
Really?
That's what it is.
Hi.
Hi, baby girl. How are you?
Okay.
I love Sizzle, dude. I love Sizzle so much.
So here's two of them, Lynn. We got two. Hold that. Give that to Lynn. And then we got a box of stuff. Here we got white pieces of paper that might tell us who sent it.
Alright, you know what we gotta do that to these down, I think.
No, that piece of paper doesn't. Uh-oh, this looks like naughty stuff. This looks like naughty stuff.
It does?
Yeah. Buttermilk, ranch, Rice Krispies.
Oh, and cheddar ones too.
Oh my word.
Oh, wow.
Apparently these are Lynn's favorite. So I guess we have to give them to Lynn.
I say we should eat them together.
It was, no, we'll just take this out. There's a white piece of paper. There's usually 3 pieces of paper. I haven't found the other one yet. Why don't you put that out where the cookies are?
So
No,
put
I've
this,
only got 1 piece of paper.
put this like where dog cookies go or like in the kitchen?
No, put it in the kitchen. That's people food.
Because that's what they are.
Go back and they'll call. I know, honey.
Okay, this does not say who sent it, so I don't know. But we will see that Lynn gets it.
Okay, so we don't know.
We
who
don't
sent
know.
it. Okay.
That's a nice box.
It is. Do you need me to keep it or should I break it down?
That's a nice box. Here we go. Donna Kenny.
How do you okay, I'll look at it.
Donna Kenny.
It's okay, Wilson. Hold on, okay? She's gonna do it right now.
I don't see why that puppy is in there. You tear everything up though, wouldn't they?
I think so.
Probably. Here, well, here, I'll tell you what. Just give him one there.
A piece of paper?
Yeah, give him that.
Wilson, do you want to see a piece of paper? Here. Try a piece of paper, okay?
Oh boy. Here, take this stuff. There's funny things in here. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, you want to hold these up?
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, Donna Kenny, right?
Yep. Yep. So we have
That one and
some,
that one.
a bunch of doggy toys for Christmas from Donna Kenny. So we have a Santa Claus. I think, I don't know, maybe a koala. I should be better at this, shouldn't I be?
And those ones.
And then we have a flat snowman.
And
then a bunch of little ones, which looks to be Santa Claus, an elf, and a reindeer. Sorry. And then we have some
rope toys.
Christmassy rope toys.
Yeah.
So that's all very nice.
Oh dear, it fell down.
Okay. I got it.
So,
Okay. You want to see how they made that?
I want to see how they made theirs.
Is that how that's going to happen?
See, there's a 3-finger one
Oh.
with a colored rope.
Uh-huh.
This is tight. That has to be machined.
Do you make any colored ones yourself?
What's it?
Do you make any tri-colored ones yourself?
Well, if I have a tri-colored rope. I don't have tri-colored rope. Enough colored rope up there. But I can see that they've got a ball in the middle too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that in there. Okay, and this is from.
Well, okay.
I don't know who it's from. This could be a Gwen and I.
Wilson, I'm not sure. I want to play with that, but I get-
I always put the Sharpie thing in when I set that over there. Oh my word. Gwen said she did this. Apparently, there was a broken lampshade over at the guest house.
Uh-huh.
So she left the broken lampshade on my desk so I wouldn't forget why I got this when she got this.
Okay.
So this has got to go over to the guest house.
Okay. And your daughter sent it to you? Your daughter?
Send it to me. So I bet you put it on my account.
Oh, so
I
don't
bet you I
have to-
paid for it.
Okay, then we don't have to log it. Right?
No, not too much.
It wasn't a gift.
Here, you can have that too. There we go.
We don't need all that plastic. All right. So this has to go over
That was a nice box.
to the guest house. Another fantastic box, right? This.
And this is Carlene. No, this goes in my room.
Are you playing anything? That goes in
That's
your
my
room?
room.
Oh, okay.
Personal items.
You got it. All right. Sometimes that happens, right? Personal stuff.
Hello, goofy dog.
Oh. Okay.
What's this?
This is a bigger version of your.
It's a what?
See.
Oh! Okay.
It's super heavy.
This is the one I was going to have to cook the stew in.
But it didn't come in time, right?
Didn't come in time, so.
We had to make do.
But hopefully it'll be here to use on Sunday. This is a set. Do not separate. This is a set. Do not separate.
I don't know.
All right. Here, why don't you take that?
It's a bag, I think. They say it has a carrying. Oh, or no, maybe it's the lid inside.
No,
the
this
bag.
is a lid.
Oh,
I was thinking, oh my God, that's not the lid, is it? Here, you have the lid. You want the lid?
sure.
You don't put that other thing on the floor. You got it. And then we have the pot. Oh, they gave us a lifter.
Oh, right.
Huh. Okay. Who's gonna pick it up?
Probably me.
That's right.
That was the right answer, right?
Hang on, got it?
Yeah, hold on. It's right.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay, guys, so here's a pot, right? A cast iron pot. This is to make
That's
the
high.
stew, okay? So this stuff is when you guys come to the Sunday stew, this is the pot that, right? Okay.
See, I'll put it up here. This is a South African one,
Okay.
and you can hang it over the fire, but
Right.
once you get everything cooked, you can sit it and you can just stick a few hot things underneath it. That's
Keep
how you do that.
Nice, right?
Yeah. Why don't you
Get
put this
this
over on the
beautiful
fireplace
lid.
also? What was that other thing that was in? Go. That could be on the fireplace. Or open that
This
thing.
is like a. Hold on. It's a carrying bag. I mean,
Really?
yeah, it sure is. So if you want to take it to a party, you know what I'm saying? You got a bag for it,
Okay. I really.
right? So
Okay. I guess that's the way it is.
when we're off to a party, we have something to take it in. I don't know where we're going, but we are definitely gonna need to go to a party with this.
Okay. This got to go over also on the
Yep.
fireplace. I would think.
It's going to. Just give me a second. I gotta get in here. So I don't know what that's about right now, but we're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna let people figure out what to do. All right.
All right. Perfect. Do we do everything?
We did it. Yeah, we are at the bottom. We're at the end. Did you want this or no?
Yeah, I thought you were going to read it.
Yeah. I'll look at it online. It's fine. All
Okay.
right. So here we are. And thank you to everybody for all your wonderful things that you sent to us as usual.
Ah. Are we ready?
Yeah, just give me one sec. Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah. I love when this is. This is a blank piece of paper. Elvis and the girlfriend, I say, is coming up here. I asked, who is it, Matt, if he wouldn't try working with the cow just a little bit. He said he's still not comfortable being next to her. She's still got the wild horn. You don't want to get hooked on one of those horns.
Probably
So
not.
I suggested he maybe get her rope tied through the wall somehow so that he could pull her away from him. And maybe get Elvis between he and the cow somehow, so we can just start to get our hands on her and touch her.
Right.
I think she'd come along quicker.
So we shall see, I guess, right? All right, so Murphy from Pennsylvania says, "Hi, Carlene. During Trainer Talk, there was a discussion on chat on ITP. And one chatter said that ITP is the autoimmune platelet disorder that Pixie and several other STP dogs have been diagnosed with. The incidence in SDP dogs is unusually high." That's what someone said. Is this the case? Is the incidence of ITP and SDP dogs unusually high? Is it tied to vaccinations? What's your opinion? Thank you. It's a long question.
It is a long question, and I certainly know the question. I don't have an opinion on the vaccination. I don't see, people are, that's getting to be very popular to tie all sorts of problems to vaccinations, and I'm not sure that that's a logical thing, or a fad. I mean, there may be some scientific discovery behind it, but I have not seen any. As far as having an unusually high ITP, this is in our, I don't know what sample they're using, but we have 480 dogs. I don't know how many ITPs we have.
The only ones I personally know of, there's only 3.
Yeah.
So if there's more than that, I don't know. But
Yeah.
3 out of 484 wouldn't be that many.
No, that's not.
So I don't know. I don't know who said it, and we don't know of any other dogs that have it besides 3 that I can.
You know,
think of.
when they get it and they begin to have all this platelet count and all, studies done, then you hear a lot about it. So, we've had, I know of 3 cancer of the right foreleg.
Really?
Yes, I do. One of them was Brownie. That I thought was unusual for quite a while, but we haven't had one in a while here. Things go around in circles.
So I guess we don't know. Okay, B. Short from Virginia says, which horse is wearing a purple plaid blanket?
That's Matt's horse.
That's Matt's horse. Okay. Lori Lou says, have a wonderful evening, ladies. Well, thank you. And then we have the purple plaid blanket question again, so we already know. UCLA mom says sound is on prompt. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it said sound is on. I'm guessing people can hear us. It is on. Stanley D. Bear, Carlene, the next time you're at Costco, look for key lime pies.
Oh,
They're in the area next to the pumpkin pies and the cheese.
oh,
Oh no, I don't know.
key lime pie. I don't know why anybody would eat anything else.
Really?
Key lime pie is so good.
I'll have to try it.
Oh,
Fluffy85 says the Zeeboos are back in.
good.
Okay. Indy Dunes, hi Carlene and Bev, how was your day and what did Jamie prepare for you? Well, that's a story, right? Jamie didn't prepare that, did she?
A lot of people have prepared that. I peeled the onions. I wanted to put together a practice chicken stew. And I could talk about that a little bit. Our chicken stew that we had here, people would bring things and we just kind of put it in the pot. Somebody'd bring beans or, whatever, just put it in the pot. And it cooked for a couple hours, then we'd all eat it and it was fine. And generally I flavored them with the honey mustard salad dressing. And today, I was not standing there when all of this started to happen. I had all the pieces lying there on the counter, which I'd shopped it for. But I was shocked to have Donna, she cooked the carrots for us ahead of time, which was interesting. And then she threw away the juices that they were in.
Oh, she didn't just put them all in?
No, so we had a whole bunch of naked carrots. Now, I remember my mother saying that you should use very little fluid when you're cooking vegetables because the vitamins and all, many of the vitamins end up in the liquid. So if you very carefully drain all that off, you've thrown away most of the juices. My mother always had a jug in the refrigerator, which she was saving to make soup. So she'd put all these vegetables back in the soup. She was a bit of a chemist type cook. She cooked by chemistry, and she may have been right on that one. And then the other thing that is evident with the stews I make is I use, what do I use? Cornstarch. Cornstarch is weird stuff. It makes glue, and among other things. But it dissolves very strangely. And I have always dissolved it in cold water. And all of a sudden, it will be dissolved. It'll be lumpy, goopy, lumpy, and then bang, it's dissolved.
Really?
It's weird stuff. But once it's dissolved, then you can dribble it into the stew, and it will thicken the juices that are in there.
Right.
Because if you cook stew and you don't use that juices or do something with that gravy, it's sort of cardboard stuff. Because all the flavor is in the salad dressing or whatever you've put in. It's in the juices. So it's critical that you somehow glue the juices to whatever you're serving.
There you go.
There you are.
So there you have it, guys.
So
Let's
it
go
could be
with
a
the
solid
chicken
lump
stew.
of stew out there right now. I don't know. Did it solidify? Is it still on warm?
Well, it's all done. I think she put it in a bowl.
Oh, okay.
But we'll go with
I'm
that.
going to have it for supper. Hopefully
Yeah, well, that's what the plan was, I
they didn't
think.
hide it on me.
All right. Schnauzer Mom says, are you going to get a coat for Taxi?
It's not as necessary because the problem is Taxi and the brown horse are chasing Matt's horse out of the barn. So mine is standing in the barn, and she's out. So that's why she had to have
That's why she had to have a coat.
Yeah.
All right. Will the Zebus be here for the winter?
Heaven only knows.
Okay.
They're going to be here until we get her gentled.
Hmm?
They're going to be here until we get her gentled.
Okay. Perfect. So that could be a while.
Yeah.
Well, Maggie, a CP from Connecticut and Vermont, says, hi, Bev, are you a nurse? I think I remember maybe you said you were. Yes, I am. Well, I'm a nurse practitioner, so yes, I am a nurse, and currently I work in labor and delivery. Fluffy85, Carlene and Bev, hello. Is it true that once you squeeze the dog's gland, you have to do it often? I'm thinking we're talking about anal glands, right?
I would think that's what we're talking about.
And I don't know.
People get fascinated with squeezing anal glands, and what's happened is they just keep going at it.
Yeah.
If they have a normal stool, a relatively hard stool, it's done automatically every time they move their bowels.
Right.
That's what makes their bowels smell funny.
It's if they have all these soft poop that probably doesn't.
Soft poops, diarrhea, and you've got a problem.
So Schnauzer Mom says, Lucky never needed to squeeze any of my dog's anal glands. Some dogs need it more. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, Molly G from Indiana, I think. It says, saw where somebody sent in a check for a calendar. Are they going to be available this year? Thanks. Well, according to today, I think in the Daily Doggy, it told us that they are going to be made, and we don't know exactly when they'll be available, but we'll talk about it in mail call, and we'll let people know on the SDP website. Is that right?
Yeah.
More or less?
It's up in the air. Yeah. I think we have it all organized. I think it's all put together. We got a little busy and we kind of got screwed up.
Okay. We're working on it, but it appears to be that they are
It
going to be
seems to
available.
me, if we get it out by Thanksgiving, that's our goal.
Beautiful.
And we start in January.
That's fine.
Heaven only
Well,
knows.
right.
It's, it goes on and on.
A Cam Op S. Wam from Virginia says, thank you for your time, Bev. We appreciate all you do. Well, you're welcome. It's all. And then other people are chiming in, amen. And BioPC says, yes, we do. Well, thank you, everybody. This is the highlight of my week. Roxy's mom from Arizona. Do you know if the Zebus will stay together if and when they are moved? And if the female is any more calm around people or other animals?
She's a nervous wreck, poor thing.
Other than Elvis, she seems to like him.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Graham of 2 boys. Bev, I'm just like you. I always want to help when sometimes it's not wanted. Haha. All right. Kelly says, new Amazon boxes are just strange. That weird one that you had to open. Yep. I haven't had one of those at home yet. I guess highlights were happening and nobody was that happy. We've got a picture of Elvis and... What is her name? What is the other Zebu's name?
I
Does
don't
she
know.
have a name? Oh.
I don't know.
I only know Elvis. And then Aunt Jay from the Netherlands says Elvis and the girlfriend. Well, yeah, that's all I know. All right. Michelle Mitchell says, what was the box inside a box? That was...
The little
tiny thing. It was a miniature of the black cast iron pot that Carlene bought to make a chicken stew. It was a tiny one to put at the fireplace so that we could use potpourri to scent the room. And here it is. I'm going to show you guys, if you can see from where we are, that this is it right here.
You might have to hold something white, but never mind.
You think?
No, go ahead.
All right. What do I know, right? All right. Hopefully you guys could see that. Okay, let's see. UCLA mom says, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got to go up a little bit. Somebody's talking about something in Costco. Okay, UCLA mom says, Carlene, my Costco in California has your Cara Cara oranges in stock.
Oh, really?
In 5-pound bags. The navel season has started. Cara Cara is a sweeter, pink-fleshed navel and not any relation to a grapefruit. So then Betty from Cape Cod wants to know if they can ship them. And UCLA mom says, not Costco. Local growers will start shipping them in December, but you should see them at high-end groceries in the East soon. A long season, unlike Honeybells from Florida. And Betty's going to try to Google local growers in California. So high-end grocery stores, maybe like Whole Foods or some of that kind of stuff, I guess. All right. Okay. Rain in Pennsylvania says, we're back. I'm not sure if that probably is the end of highlights, maybe. Lori D from Massachusetts, just curious, will you be taking down the divider in the coop, or are the guineas going to be permanently separated from the chickens?
They're all loose today.
Oh.
I don't know what the status of Janine's. Janine was bidding on a chicken coop, which I was going to attach to the chicken coop we have, and put the guinea hens in that.
But that
It was on Facebook, or I don't know. I lost
Really?
track.
Oh.
I lost track of it.
Okay.
We couldn't go get it when we needed to because the trailer was in New York picking up the carriages.
Okay.
So we got kind of confused as to whether we actually have bought it or not bought it, or I never written a check for it. I know that.
So that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maggie CP from Connecticut, Vermont says, you talk about the kids. How old are they approximately? I think that's when you made the comment of, I don't know, did you
The
say
stilts.
something about your kids?
Stilts.
Stilts.
My kids are on stilts.
They are. And how old are your kids?
They're coming 60 years old.
Okay. There they are.
They were born, I don't know. They're born
They were born a long time
Yeah.
ago. Let's just say that.
something like 65. That would make them that old? I
Is
don't know.
Gwen the oldest, or
Gwen is the oldest.
Gwen is the oldest? Okay, and then we have Janine. All right. Crafter says, how is Bentley? Bentley is okay, right?
Yeah.
He's in the bedroom. He was kind of barking a little bit, but he's fine. Roxy's mom says that huge box for 2 feeding bowls and some snacks. Yeah, that was a big box. But, yeah, we'll recycle it, though.
Chicken stew, that's what's for dinner.
Yep, Texas Toast says, what's for dinner? It's the chicken stew that's been cooking all day. So there's the deal. And Bobbity212 thinks Wilson wants that box. I think Wilson might have wanted a box. He got a piece of paper to play with, though, so that's okay. Donna K. from Philadelphia says, the toys are for the Christmas tree, but I couldn't find anywhere to write it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Donna. So nice. Wonderful selection. Okay, so we'll put those then, I guess, in Linda's office where all the ornament stuff is going. And here's a very bad picture of me, which we don't want to see. Kelly says the new pups might like it next month. Well, I mean, we'll go on the tree first, I suppose. But okay, B Short, Virginia says the Donna Kenny box is probably for decorating the auction Christmas tree. Yes, she commented on that below. We did see it. So we know that, and we'll move it into Linda's office. Here's a picture of our beautiful doggy. I don't want to see you. I don't know what that is. Kelly says, I love the Gwen spending. When Gwen bought the thing. B Short from Virginia goes, that's not the first time Gwen ordered a replacement lampshade for the guest house. The dogs must have happy tails. Well, maybe, right? They ruin them. All right, Fluffy85. Sometimes it looks like Christmas over there with all those boxes. Yes, it does. We had a lot of boxes today. Roxy's mom says, sounds like Wilson is having a party with all that paper, which he was. And Bobbity says, but he really wants the boxes. He sure does. Cammie from California says, my girls, which are cats, love that type of packing paper. I pile it up and they're always jumping in and out of it and around until it gets flattened out. Yeah, cats are super playful with paper. Another bad picture of me. All right. Aunt Jay says, an African attribute for the Sunday stew. Yes, that's what we got. And, all right, hold on. What am I? Let's go down here so we can get back to where we were. Okay. All right, Roxy's mom says a bag for the stew pot, maybe for storage. Yes, that's what it is. And then Once in a Blue Moon says, haha, yes, it'll be camouflage so it gets lost again, lol. And Roxy's mom gives one of these. In other words, if we put the stew pot in that black bag, we'll never know what's in the bag.
That's correct.
So we don't want to do that. Punky from New York wants to know if Cole will have company in the condo, and that answer is no, I don't believe so. Cole's alone in the condo. Nobody's going in there. Fugan says, any package arrived for Matt from me. I got a message from Sam's Club. It was delivered today. There is not a package here that Matt got unless somehow he got it and we didn't see it because we don't have it. Marsha Blattner, I sent a package to Linda today via UPS. They say delivered at the front door at 2:37. I want to be sure it doesn't get left out and get wet. Well, if it was the package that had the rice cakes and forget what else was it. Oh, and the puppy bowls for a slow feeding. Is that what it was? Or was that? No, that was for Linda, actually. We didn't get a package for Linda specific that I saw. I will look, but the front door is covered, so if they brought it all the way up here. Okay, Schnauzer Mom. When is the female zebu getting her brass balls fixed to her horns? Probably when someone can get close enough to her. Right, Kylie?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Roxy's mom. I think it seems like a lot of ITP because it all happens so close together. Just my opinion. Crafter says
What happened together?
the ITP in the dogs. It seems like there's more because they happen in a shorter time frame, which is always what it seems like. Crafter says Linda G confirms 6 cases. That is higher than average. I don't know. And Roxy's mom said, but they're close together.
Is it contagious?
ITP? No. Hilda, my mom was a chef, and she always saved the water from boiling potatoes and carrots to make gravy. She always thickened it with a mixture of flour and water.
Yep.
So see,
there
she's
you
on
are.
to something like you. I always throw mine in right into the broth, like whatever I have from the vegetables. Costco sells beef broth, vegetable broth, and chicken broth. Sure they do. Everybody does, right? But I mean, you always have to add a little bit more of your own, right?
Right. When you cook vegetables, you often add just water.
Right. Yeah.
Now you've got vegetable broth there that you throw out. I mean, it's
right. That you could, instead of using that,
yeah, you
right?
could use that. Just save it.
Just save it. All right, Joanne A. says, yes to what you were saying about cooking. My mom was an expert, as in she had a degree from Stanford and Cornell in home economics and nutrition.
Wow.
She also worked for Safeway in food advertisement preparation. She also cooked biochemistry, and I learned a lot from her. So.
Okay.
Right.
Did she ever stand in front of the stove and say, flour, sugar, eggs and salt, eggs, milk and butter?
Well.
Flour, sugar, soda, salt, eggs, milk and butter. I think it was a cake she was making.
But that's.
She wanted to make sure she had all the ingredients.
So that's how, and you
flour,
remember
sugar,
even
soda,
now.
salt, eggs, milk and butter.
UCLA mom says, LOL, is that a vegetable stock or is it broth depending on how long it cooks for? Oh, yeah, depending on how long it cooks for, it's one or the other. Because stock, I don't really understand the difference, but stock and broth are not exactly the same. I'm sure someone will tell us if we wait long enough. Aunt Jay from the Netherlands says, I thought Taxi and Freedom were friendly towards each other. Who's Freedom? Is that the other horse? That's Matt's horse, Freedom, probably, right?
I didn't get that part.
Okay, and then he says, I hope when Huxley finds his forever home soon, their friendship will bloom again, and hopefully this is good English, LOL. I think I understand what he means. There's 3 horses.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
I think, so, Aunt Jay from the Netherlands, he says he thought Taxi and Freedom were friendly to each other, and now he thinks they're less friendly to each other because there's another horse there. Is that Huxley? So he hopes when the 3rd horse is gone, then those 2 can be friends again.
I think it's a question of room.
Well, there's that too, right?
Two big horses in a stall. There's no room for the
There's
third
no room
one.
for a third. BioBC says a great idea to bring Elvis over for the miniature for the other female zebu. Any bovines where Elvis used to live? I don't think.
Where Elvis used to live?
When Elvis was over, was he at that Meredith farm?
Yeah.
Was there any other of his type over there?
No.
No. There you go.
No, he grew up at a zebu farm though. He was
Right.
bottle fed.
But now that he's here, there's no other zebus,
No.
well, except for the girl. All right. Oh, they could see my cast
Oh,
iron
look at
pot.
that,
Oh,
yep.
hold it up. There I am. All right. Thank you. I love cast iron. Me too. BJ Moose says, per Carlene, so I don't know when you said this, but Mrs. Elvis's name is Zuzu.
Got me.
You got me. That might have been oh. All right. Mary says, Matt just had an exchange with Zoe Zebu. Oh, now she's Zoe. She wasn't having anything to do with it. So here was Matt talking to
Yeah,
her with the rope. See?
yeah.
So
That's all right.
he's trying. All right, and then
He knows his animals. I hope he doesn't get hurt.
right. All right, so that appears to be that. I do not see another comment up here, so we're going to give you guys a minute or two, and then we're going to go figure out if the chicken stew is any
Chicken
good.
stew, right.
That's how it's going to be.
Okay.
Anybody want to say anything? Going once? Going twice? All right. Have a good one, everybody.